Ooh, let's go. It's time. That time of the morning. Another beautiful day. Grateful. With gratitude, I wake up this morning. Smiling. I've actually been up since about 1 o'clock or so. Because like I said, I have that 2 hour thing that I always do, the yoga, the meditation. And it's always just like I cannot function without it because it's been such a lifestyle for such a long time. And I truly like to breathe into my body. That's the first thing I do when I wake up. Make it a habit. The first thing I do as soon as I hear the alarm go off, even when I'm tired, I laugh. Sometimes it's difficult. First thing you do is to laugh. Even in a bad situation. And that sometimes it can be difficult to do that. So once I laugh, I put some water in my body. And of course I know I'm going to, say my other prayer, wash, brush the teeth. You know what you're doing there. Then I have a little stretch that I do in there. Then I begin the calisthenic push-ups. The yoga that I do practice is not like the ordinary yogas where people just stretch and that's it. No. Like I do within that 2 hours of yoga, I do about 200 push-ups. So it's just constantly push-up, stretching, push-up, getting into the pose. People that actually take a yoga class, you have chaturanga push-ups. So I do like about 200 of those push-ups. So I do that, and then I sit cross-legged and read maybe like 2 pages or so, or 3 pages of whatever book I'm reading. I always have a good spiritual book that I like to read in the morning, because and the more I do that, I realize, I got so much to learn. I really I get excited. I look forward to getting up in the morning, because when the reading starts, then that will be a whole day thing. And of course, sit down there, half an hour. Probably needs to start being an hour now before I leave the house. That might mean I even get up earlier, so. And maybe it's true, the more you meditate, the less sleep you have. So, and I begin to notice a lot of changes in my spine because you can actually stretch that for now. It's amazing, your lower back. You can literally pull that thing, boop, back to normal. But it just doesn't make sense because those kind of things are not actually encouraged in our cultures sometimes. And we do more talking, than understanding the cosmos of the body and the energy that allows it to sustain itself. Our body is such an amazing machine. We call it athleticism. But I think it's a lot spiritual than that, because everybody has that ability. It doesn't matter who you are, the way nature designs you, you have that ability to do a lot of things with it, because the way we, from studying different religions, I was reading something about the Confucius cultures, and of course, they talk about everybody deserves education because we all have a brain and we deserve it. And that's absolutely true. Because for some reason, sometimes, except for certain situations, we literally think only certain people has the brain. It's absolutely, amazing. We literally think you have to go to a certain institution for your brain to be able to function properly, and that's absolutely not true, because you could pick up a book apart from the research is sometimes that you need a laboratory for, you could actually pick up a book and read that same book just as good as somebody that went to Harvard University, and you'll be able to have a debate with him and discuss with him. So I think we have taken that out of content. So now we've used it to bamboozle people. So and I always say one thing though, that when you truly look at all our spiritual texts, every single one of them, men or women, shall I say, because I know we've taken the whole ideology of a woman out of our spiritual beliefs, but I always question another thing, that every single one of these great prophets, the powerful beings from different cultures, from the Urumilas, I'm going to say the Christ, the Buddha, the Lats, the Taos, because there's many names like that we call this thing, the Osiris, people call it different energies. And it's really funny how when you truly look at all of them, they all came from one place. They came out of a woman. Yeah. So not discussing the woman part or degrading it, it's kind of it's not a balanced situation when we're truly looking at it, because this thing called energy that creates us, it is not something to take lightly. It is something to think about. It's just, all you have to do is look at our emotions. We need to realize, damn, excuse my biscuit. Just look at the emotion, what it does to us. It is just amazing how we have a side, we have a happy side. It's just, but the truth is, we all know it. The more one gets into the habit of knowing how to relax their brain and be in the moment, the more happier and the more healthier you are as a being. So those things we cannot deny. We cannot deny that. So in a true essence, when men first started preaching, sharing the gospels, or whatever you want to call it, they were not standing in one spot. They were walking miles upon miles, and I mean miles upon miles. When you look at all these spiritual texts, I don't see any pages in there that talk about a GPS or a car that they drove. Yeah. So I really get amazed when our motivational speakers / prophet and preachers they do ignore the essence of true wealth, which is your health. For the life of me, I cannot understand why somebody who doesn't know how to deal with stress can absolutely try to help someone deal with stress. And human being, because we have law, gravity pulls us, and we know it too. We just know certain things. Nature let us know all the time. I don't see it to be bad or good, but it's just that it doesn't matter what you're doing, whether you overeat, nature lets you know. You undereat, nature lets you know. You don't eat, nature lets you know. So the whole idea is, how comfortable are you in your body? Because the truth about meditation is, when you become comfortable in your body, you realize you vibrate off of people. You're clairvoyant. To be able to understand nature or the cosmos that runs with it doesn't require someone to have material entities. It is just a gift. And that material entities, mind you, paper is made out of trees, so The trees are in your pocket, which is good. But to understand the entity, the true meaning of God, or spirit, or whatever you want to call it, has nothing to do with your wallet. Because this gift of life, this power, this energy that you and I don't even realize it. Because when you truly look at it and think deep, without you, nothing existed. Yes, there will be no planet without you in it. And I think sometimes it's very hard to wrap around our fingers. Without you, there will be no planet. Either how you want to look at it. Because man has to be here, woman has to be here for us to discover electricity. Because without you, without us, look at that beautiful thing, nothing can be discovered. So when we started to think about self and glorify the body that we're in, it's easy to be connected to nature. I always say this all the time. I put an emphasis on it. People ask me, how do you get up early in the morning? What time did you go to bed? What about jobs? What about this? But the question is also that I'm asking, the only reason why there is a job is because you're healthy. If you are not healthy, no company will put your table, your decks. No company will wait there for you, be like, oh yeah, John Wayne is sick for a year, so that's his decks, he's coming back. No. As a matter of fact, when you go back to your decks, after 3 months, it will not look the same again. So, and those are the things that I think about. I really like to think a lot. I'm so grateful for this brain of mine. I wish I had put my energy in this kind of stuff when I was younger. But nothing is too late, because I've really realized that, wow, it's once you begin to study self, the energy, nature around you, you have less time to get angry. You have less time to do certain things. Once you begin to study, even if it's your Bible, your Quran, your Torah, and I mean, read it. Not just because to read the Bible, and I'm going to say it like it is, you have to have read at least over 200 Western philosophy books. Because if you haven't done that, all you are going to hear is your subconscious mind just repeating the same thing that you've been told from when you were little, and you will think you understand it. I have no comment, but until you sit down and read that book and pick up other books and read it, then go and read it, you absolutely don't have a clue about those books. So this is not a bashing, this is not anything, but it's just that until you have read those books, you cannot just pick up the Bible, the Quran, and all these books and just start reading them. It's absolutely impossible, because all you are hearing, because it's your doctrine, is the doctrine of your parents, your grandparents. That's all you're just hearing, because from when you were a little kid, that's what you've been taught. So I'm not an expert on those books, but I can tell you I understand those things like a mother. Yes, I do. Oh, the universe is giving me money. Never run past money. Oh, thank you, God. This is what God gave me, this money. Thank you. I'm rich. I find 25 cents. Thank you. See, you got to be grateful for everything. So like I was saying, until you read those books, you absolutely don't know what the biscuit, you're talking about. You're always going to argue with people. Yeah, always, until you read your own philosophy, spiritual beliefs, cultural beliefs, and understand it to the core. You're always going to argue with people. You're going to be racist. And you're just going to be angry because the anger that you have and the self-hatred that you have towards others is not because of what they've done for you. That anger is coming from self because you have yet to understand self. But when you truly understand self and study your, because study your own philosophy, read your own books, you're always going to see a difference in people. And that's what's going on. That's just what's going on. So, I think I'm about to turn around my 9. And I like this kind of just talking and just, I don't even know why lately. That's why I don't like, I just show nature and I just start talking because it's like I am truly, truly grateful. I like the fact that I have the opportunity to be able to think for myself. I love the fact that I don't look at other people's watches anymore to tell my own time. That's what I'm going to say, and I'm going to leave it like that. I love the fact that I do not look at other people's watches anymore to tell my own time. So I'm about to turn around. Let me get into some light. Ooh. So I'm about to turn around this 9-mile marker. I'm just practicing right now. I'm just, this head of mine from years of reading, I got so much in it. So I'm just letting it out. So I'm going to turn around and focus a little bit on this running. And I'm going to say one love. Today's Wednesday, right? Happy Wednesday. Happy beautiful Wednesday. And I'm going to check back in a little bit. One love.